Hi guys, welcome to my channel. It's Molly here, and today I am going to review Pokemon Sleep, the game for your cell phone. I just thought this would be a fun, interesting video because it's been 1 year since we got Pokemon Sleep. So, the mechanics of Pokemon Sleep is that you get a campsite each week on a Monday, and you befriend at that campsite a Snorlax. The Snorlax has power to attract Pokemon while you put the game to sleep. When you get these Pokemon at your campsite, you can befriend them with biscuits as you wake up the game, and that's how you basically catch the Pokemon as you befriend them. So, as you befriend them and get the Pokemon on your team, you create a team to power up the Snorlax and give it more power. The way you power up the Snorlax is these Pokemon that you befriend. They give certain foods and certain berries and certain times of the day. So, with certain times of the day, you can feed Snorlax. So, about like 5 a.m. to noon, you give Snorlax breakfast, which contributes to powering up. Then, from noon to 6 p.m., you can give Snorlax lunch. 6 p.m. and onward till about 4 or 5 a.m., you can give Snorlax dinner. Now, I highly suggest in order to power up your Snorlax, you do this every single day. You feed it its meal every single time. It's just quicker to power up Snorlax. And as you power up Snorlax, when you put the game to sleep, you can begin to see other Pokemon throughout the game at the campsite, which is pretty cool, seeing all these different Pokemon. And what you're really doing is searching for their sleep style. Each Pokemon has certain sleep styles, and I found this really cute. There's cute animation to go with the sleep styles when you wake up the game after putting it to sleep and going to bed. I just had fun with it, looking at all these certain Pokemon and waking up the game to see which one I have. Now, within the game, you can evolve the Pokemon that you catch. You can get certain items with your sleep points, so you get sleep points every single day depending on how much sleep you get. And these sleep points can also help power up your Snorlax, which is pretty cool. That's the whole point of the game, is tracking your sleep and befriending these Pokemon when you wake up the game. Now, again, you can buy certain evolutionary stones, like for your Eevee evolutions, Link Trade Rope for any Pokemon that need that, Dust Stones, which is pretty cool. You can also buy certain packages for certain foods for your campsite, which is pretty neat. So, you can purchase with your sleep points a variety of things, which is pretty neat. Once a month, you can get a Master Ball, which will come in handy, well, with the sleep points, which will come in handy because now they have certain events for certain legendary Pokemon. So, within this year, we actually got 2 events, which is pretty cool. So, we got Raikou event and also an Entei event. These are legendary Pokemon. Which legendary Pokemons, when they begin the event, you can create these instances to attract the Pokemon to your campsite, which is pretty neat and an interesting way to do it because I didn't know how they were going to do it. So this is basically how they're most likely going to do it. Is you're going to get like hairs or maybe like the legendary birds. You'll get like feathers for your campsite, what have you. So pretty cool to trade for feathers for like the bird type legendary Pokemon. Anyways, so yeah, so as you're leveling Snorlax, you begin to see certain Pokemon within your camp, which is pretty neat. And again, too, with incense, you can get incense as well for certain Pokemon as you keep playing the game, which is pretty neat as well. Now, as the game, I didn't think you'll be able to get any, but you can get shiny Pokemon, which is pretty neat. I have a couple of shiny Pokemon, which is pretty neat. I was like, oh, that is really cool. But again, so the whole premise is tracking your sleep with Pokemon. So you have to put your phone on your bed when you put the game to sleep, when you go to fall asleep, which it can overheat, so I highly suggest, I heard rumors it can overheat, getting the Pokemon Go Plus Plus. This is a device for Pokemon Sleep and Pokemon Go. You can use it for Pokemon Go to catching Pokemon if you play Pokemon Go. I don't use it for Pokemon Go. I only use it for Pokemon Sleep, so I only need to charge it once a week. If you play Pokemon Go with you, probably need to do it twice a week, my guess. It's pretty neat, so you can click the button and it will start putting the game to sleep. When you wake up, it will press the button and it will wake the game up for whenever you're ready to play and open up the game. So I do highly suggest this so your phone does not overheat, but you don't exactly need it. Just be careful. There's warnings out there. Just be careful. I've never used my phone because I'm too scared to do it personally. That is one of the drawbacks of the game, is that you really probably should get the Pokemon Go Plus Plus, but it's completely up to you. You do not need it. But again, I just feel safer with it. And you just put it on your pillow, which is pretty neat. It tracks it. So the downside is when you put the game to sleep, I think I've been seeing that it will start counting your sleep when you stop moving and making noise. So, like, I'll stop moving, say, around 11 p.m., but I really don't sleep because my mind is racing until, like, 1 a.m. So, that's the drawback. The game is not always accurate, but you can get a pretty good picture of your overall sleep as you use the game. I think it's a good way to start tracking it. If you want an easy and fun way to track your sleep, this is definitely a fun way if you are a Pokemon fan like I am. I just love Pokemon. I just think they're cute and it's fun. So yeah, definitely, again, if you playing the game, you might want to get this. The whole point is tracking your sleep and how much you sleep. So basically the game wants you to get 8 hours of sleep. Which for a lot of people can be hard at times. But again, that's the whole premise of the game. I find it really fun. The drawbacks, again, is that it doesn't always count your sleep accurately. One of the benefits is just having fun. And it can be a good semi-way to track your sleep if you want to start tracking it in a fun way. One of the other drawbacks is, again, you probably want to get the device because their game can overheat. But I just find it fun and interesting, and it's a good way to track your sleep. Like I said, there have been fun events within the game where there's called Good Sleep Days, which is basically around the full moon of the month where you get a higher percentage of your sleep rate, which is pretty cool. So that's really interesting. So you get more sleep points during that time frame. And they have different events. There's like the summer event, where you can catch certain like water Pokemon and like more summertime grass type Pokemon, which is really cool. They had the winter slow races during the winter, which is pretty neat. So it really does depend on what they're doing. They had 2 legendary Pokemon events, which is pretty cool. I'm hoping we get more throughout. I think that'd be cool. And like I said, like instead of hairs, you can get like feathers maybe for legendary birds and such, like Moltres, Zapdos, Articuno. But yeah, so I'm really interested to see where they're going to be taking this even more, because it's only been 1 year, but I've been having fun with it. It can be a good way to track your sleep. It's not accurate. You might want to get a Fitbit, an Apple Watch, or an Oura Ring for your exactly tracking your sleep. But it's a fun way. If you're a Pokemon fan, I highly suggest playing this game and just giving it a try. I think it's fun. The game restarts on Monday when you wake up the game. So you have to choose a new campsite every Monday, which is kind of refreshing too, because like, oh yeah, it's Monday. So, and again, you can have fun feeding Snorlax 3 times a day for the 3 meals that you get. You can see cute and cool Pokemon and their sleep styles. These cute animations to go around with the sleep styles. Again, if you're a huge Pokemon fan like I am, it's a fun game. There's a couple of drawbacks and a couple of benefits of doing this. It's all up to you and what you want to do with the game and what you want to do for your sleep hygiene, routine, what have you. So, but yeah, that is my overall say and review of this game. That is fun, but it's not always accurate. There's some benefits and drawbacks, but just have fun playing it and just be safe as well when you play the game. And that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, friends!